Everyone should be nerfed. Okay, you know what? I agree. I agree. The game is not in a healthy spot right now. The game is very much not in a healthy spot right now. I think Anna is... There are some design decisions that have... Like, even in Season 1, current Anna would be absolutely fucking busted. But even Anna adjusted for Season 1. Like, her whole kick into overhead bazooka. Like, even if that shit was minus 12, which I think it should be, you wouldn't mind the dumb shit if you could step? Yeah. Dude, fucking kick into bazooka should be minus 12 on block. You would give up your down back 3, which is a top 5 low in the game if it meant everybody got tuned down to where Leroy is. If they got tuned down to where Leroy is before or after they took away your down back 3. The tracking's what kills you. Yeah, but also you're a bear main. I'm actually okay with everybody having stupid fucking tracking. Because that just means that, like, everybody has to play the game that I had to play in Tekken 7. Damn, after the down back 3 nerf. Poor Leroy is at Tekken 7 power levels. Yeah, and not Tekken 7 Leroy power levels. Like, at this point, he's kind of a combo character. A combo video character. Tracking's bad. I don't mind since King can't step. Yeah. True. The thing is, there is a select few characters who have amazing sidesteps. You don't mind the bad tracking as Bear. You mind it as Yoshi spinning around someone getting sniped. Yeah, true. The problem is that moves adjust as they throw them out to hit steppers, and it's not every move. Leroy ain't bad, still A minus, but everyone else is A plus. You know what? I think that's a great way to put it. I think there's a special tier of character, and I think Lee is also in it at the moment, where, like, you just have to work so much harder than anyone else to get the same rewards. And I think King is there as well. Like, King is not in a healthy spot, dude. King is in a fucking really bad spot. And I don't even mean, like, he's bad tier-wise, right? I just mean he's not in a healthy spot. He has no identity. Lee is the worst because he has to commit to execution and not actually get anything broken for it. Yeah. He's like, for some reason in my head, I compare him to Lars, where it's just the execution to get shit is harder. Honestly, I compare him to King. I think Lee and King are very similar. They have big weaknesses. They don't have a get-in button. Lee at least has wall running 3-4, you know, the double kick into Hitman stance, and he can hit you with one mix. Right? King has the same thing with the up forward 3+4 on hit into one mix. And then they just have to win neutral. They have an incredibly hard pickup. Like, that you have to know for the character. You have to know the hard combo or you're just fucking worthless as your character. And it's not healthy, you know? Like, I will say at least Lee's combo damage is pretty good. Like, if he carries you to the wall, which he will, he gets a good combo. And he has a 13 frame launcher. But, like, that's not where you want to be as a character. All the execution characters have some unga-bunga way to pilot them, except Lee. Yes, that's exactly it. Like, fucking every Mishima, right? Like, Kazuya is supposed to be the highest execution character. Fucking, he's not. With his new shit, you don't even need to electric in combos to get very close to top tier damage. That's not good. Even in Tekken 7 with the
circuit starts. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Even in Tekken 7 with the big with the new string he got, so that way even if he dropped the wall standing 2 electric launcher, you still get a full combo and you only lose like 15 damage. You get ruined by the Mishima 50-50 more than by the electric. Exactly. And the problem is that, like, sure, Mishimas get that 50-50, and I hate it on Devil Jin most of all because, like, I have to put up with a cutscene. But then you have Mishima 50-50. You have Lars 50-50, which, given that's his game, but still, like, Lars 50-50, fuck off. Kazuya 50-50. Even Heihachi 50-50, where after you get hit by the Hell Sweep, you have to deal with another 50-50. Like, that shit's a canned mix there. With no reward for guessing right. And that's not even including all of his stance 50-50s. Like, this whole stance-based pressure thing that everybody has, Steve is another example, where it's just do buttons into Lionheart and do good buttons to win from Lionheart because your opponent has to guess in Lionheart. They have to. There's no way out. You either guess, you correctly guess the high, right? You correctly guess the guard break, and if you don't correctly guess the guard break, you fucking take 40 damage and do it again. Yeah, string pressure into 50-50. Yeah, it's punch Hwarong. That's such a good way to put it. And you play against some of the best Steves in the US. Like, it's almost as much Steve-azona as it is Bearizona. And, like, most of them don't like Steve at this point. Like, I play against Mike D. Savage on occasion, and he fucking hates his character right now. He compares him to Punch Hwarong constantly, except that's more eloquent than anybody I know has ever said. So, like, yeah, that is shenanigans. But unfortunately, right now, so much of the game is shenanigans. Yeah, let's ignore the illegal streaming over there and over here. Dude, trying to find shit that's been put into fucking streaming hell or streaming purgatory is such a nightmare nowadays. A lot of your Steves play more traditional because Will plays more traditional. Yeah, and he's just the Steve, right? He's your Steve guru. Exactly. Out here, we had, like, when he was playing, we had Tekken Tim playing the most degenerate Steve. And he basically did everything into stance pressure. Meanwhile, all of the other Steves were just doing the Tekken 7 Steve stuff and occasionally sprinkling in the new shit. Now, all of the Steves play like Tekken Tim plays Steve. And it's not, like, it's not good. Oh. Like, it's not healthy for the game. Like, look at this shit. Eddie, stance-based pressure character. Claudio, not stance-based pressure character, but pressure character because once he gets in, you can't step anything he does. It's either you guess the mid or you guess the low / high, right? Stance-based pressure character. Now, stance-based pressure character with deep dive shit, but honestly, at least Paul plays honest. Raven, stance-based pressure character, but honestly, I'd consider him playing honest. Victor, stance-based pressure character, and really fucking good at it, because once he gets in, you can't step or do anything about it. You either guess right or you die. Reyna, stance-based pressure character, has been from the start, right? But at least there's counterplay to her stance shit. Azucena. Yeah. Shaheen. Same shit. You block his, you know, two-handed overhead, and now you guess. Stance-based pressure. Law. Not stance-based, but still pressure-based, because he's just mashing in your face. He's either doing the low or the mid, and you fucking guess right or you die, because all of his shit's massively plus. And you have to block the high end of strings. Leroy. Stance-based pressure character. Like, there's a lot more finesse to it, but it's fucking rocket punches that are massively plus that you have to hold, and now you guess again. Leo. Stance-based pressure character, but always has been. Same with Lydia, but Lydia now more than ever. Heihachi, stance-based pressure character, unreasonable. Panda, you know what? Bears get a pass. They get to play a little bit slower. I do think it's cheap that they have a fucking big boy armor move that is either barely punishable or launch punishable, but they go into evasion. So, like, you know, whatever. Asuka, stance-based pressure character without the fucking stances. Right? She goes into spaghetti-ass shit constantly, but she's more like Sabaki City. Autopilot, formal. Kuma, the same shit as Panda, maybe even more so. Lily, not stance-based pressure character, but also stance-based pressure character. She can flow into stances and pressure your ass with them. She also has the best sidestep in the game. She's one of the few characters who's legally allowed to step. Elisa, same thing as fucking Lily, except Elisa has stance-based pressure with chainsaws, and there is... the risk-reward on it is always wildly in her favor. That's bullshit. Even if you guess right, sometimes you still kind of guess wrong. Lee, like, you literally get no payoff until you poke her out of her stance. Lee, same shit. As, like, Claudio, but much, much worse at. Xiaoyu, stance-based pressure character, lots of canned mix. Her neutral's really good as well. Lars, stance-based pressure character, but at least that's his character. You hate modern Elisa? Fucking so do I, so does everyone. Give you back T7 Elisa. No, I think you can have chainsaws be good, but not this fucking good. Give more counterplay to each chainsaw. Have mid chainsaw not even remotely track, and have high chainsaw have much longer whiff recovery. That easy. Lars, his character identity is stance-based mix-up character. The problem is that every fucking guess is in his favor. June, lots of stance-based mix-up options. I guess she's a complete character. I don't like her though, because she's like, hey, what if Asuka was instead a stance-based mix-up character? Jin, another stance-based mix-up character, but also the best neutral in the game. I'll fucking say it. Devil Jin, I guess he's the weakest Mishima, but like, not to me. His shit works great on me. Speaking of, Kazuya, like, we're just in mix-up town, but can play honest, but let's be honest, they fucking don't. Jack, stance-based mix-up character, and everything goes into a stance, hooray. Nina, stance-based mix-up character? Not really, but it's down forward one loops. I guess I can live with that, but like, it's just frustrating to play against. Like, there's only two types of characters. Stance-based mix-up character or smothering offense, and she is in the smothering offense zone. If you're not in one of those two camps, you're unviable. King, unviable. He's not running fucking smothering offense. He's just kind of struggling to exist. Same like Leroy, but only because his stance-based mix-up is kind of ass. Right? Wrong. Stance-based mix, smother you with offense. Steve, smother you with offense, and also stance-based mix-up. Dragunov, stance-based mix-up because of sneak 4 shit. Also, kinda smother you with offense, but a character with no real weakness. Not anymore. Fang, what if Dragunov had more fucking oppressive offense? He's basically Xiaoyu if she literally took steroids to have a body like this. Yoshimitsu, everything goes into stances and he's a 35 stance-based mix-up character. Eat shit. Right? He's the most accessible he's ever been, and they keep giving him things that I don't know if he should have. But he doesn't have a button to instantly start his offense and force you to mix from range 5 and neutral, so I guess that's fine. Brian. Again, stance-based mix. He does have the smothering offense, and he is forced to play a little bit more patient. But only a little bit. Bakumram. Not quite stance-based pressure mix, but string mix-ups, right? Smother you with offense, do ton of strings. Next, stance-based mix. Like, he has one of the best mix starters in the game with forward 2 or wall running 2, whatever. Because once you've locked it, you've already lost. He could just do the safe mid heat engager and fucking, there you go. You're chipped to all fuck. Anna, stance-based mix, and her stance is full crouch. She also has stances. Like, the characters who don't have overwhelming offense, King, Leroy once you know the matchup, right? Paul, Lee to an extent once you know the matchup, right? These characters, they're all like trash tier. Raven, right? He's a lot of people's unfortunate matchups, but it's because they make you guess and people don't like to guess, and they're lower tier. Azu, because shit's just punishable. Right? The game's not in a healthy place. And you can't even diversify how you play. Because they took out all of the alternate playstyles. As somebody who mains an alternative playstyle, that shit is so bad for specifically me. So now if I want to play the game, I have to play it this way.